Hello, my name is Jonathan Quevedo, and I chose a case in regards to fraud and abuse. I found this case interesting for a few reasons. Um, One of them was because of the amount of time that the fraud was occurring for, without somebody reporting any kind of suspicions or anybody reporting kind of fraud, essentially becoming a whistleblower. Um, and another reason would be because he was able to convince therapists who are trained medical professionals, who have an understanding of right versus wrong, I would think, in healthcare. And he was able to convince them to help him in defrauding Medicare with, writing fake medical records, altering notes, stating that certain services had been rendered when they really weren't. Another reason was for the amount of monetary gain that they received. They billed for $3.5 million, and he actually received just under $2.5 million. So that's quite a substantial amount of monetary gain that he was able to take place in. This case took place in California. It was an occupational therapy facility. The owner of the clinic was Simon Hong. He was 55 at the time, of La Brea, California. And under his direction, the facility billed millions of dollars to Medicare with the intent of defrauding them. He would bill Medicare for services that were never rendered to the patient. The patients were provided with such services such as acupuncture and massages, which were not even reimbursable by Medicare. He had therapists falsify medical records so it would look as if the patients received services that never happened. Mr. Hong funneled 87% of that income that he defrauded from Medicare to himself. Mr. Hong was even convicted in a separate case as well, where he received a 121-month sentence to run concurrent with the 63-month sentence that he had received in this fraud case. Since cases like this, an emphasis has been placed on increased protection of electronic patient records, for instance, cybersecurity attacks, just maintaining the overall safety of patients' information. And a lot of this responsibility also falls onto the patient themselves too. They should know what to look for, just be suspicious of things, look over their statements, their insurance statements, that type of thing. And I think a compliance officer in this situation would have had some sort of a competence program, where this could mean anything, where you could have a hotline to report fraudulent behavior without being made public to the rest of your coworkers or company, and not have any fear of retaliation. Also, some training of the staff to make them aware of what fraud is and what the repercussions could be. I also think that a compliance officer would have had some insight with managers and providers, building relationships and encouraging the reporting of such crimes, or even suspicions that a crime may be occurring. Maybe even letting them know that there could even be a monetary reward given when something is found to be going on that is fraudulent. My thoughts on this case are that it's very unfortunate that somebody would take advantage of so many people. Most go into healthcare with the hopes of helping, and these individuals did the opposite. I think I'm a bit more shocked that he was able to have so many people work with him and knowingly commit fraud. I'm happy they got caught, obviously, and hopefully they learned from what they did. And maybe the amount of time will be some sort of a deterrence towards others from thinking about committing such crimes. I found a lot of references on the internet, online, as well in our text that was provided to us and in our books. I found information on healthcarecompliance.us, as well as eyesiteresourcesfraudcompliance.com. I also found a lot of information on FBI.com in regards to the case, and statistics such as how much was taken and the percentages and that sort of thing. But it also made me realize that this is way too common and happens to too many people. And hopefully laws are passed to where this can help people in the future, and the government not get defrauded. Thank you so much.